G'day, Steeler Nation. Welcome back to another video from Steelers Nation Australia. And I thank you guys for checking out the last few videos. Man, we had a ton of subs. I think over like 30 or 40 subs over the past two videos. It's been really crazy. And I guess it's now been one full week of the free agent period. And I like it. I like the moves that have been had. Over the next few days, I might dive into some more offensive line talk, stuff like that. But I want to go back to the very first pick being Patrick Peterson, because I was rummaging through the internet, looking through NFL.com for news and ideas and stories that I can put my view on, right? And I came across this. I came across Cynthia Freelund, right? Cynthia Freelund. By the way, she's the analyst chick on NFL.com. Every single sports game or NFL game, she predicts the score to be 24-23, 19-18, 27-26, stuff like that. She uses her model out of like 10,000 scenarios to find out who's going to win, right? She's the stats girl, okay? Look, I'm not a huge fan of her, to be honest, right? I'm not I don't really follow her stuff that much because I'm just not intrigued about her model. But in this case, I wanted to make a few comments because she put an article out there on NFL.com, right? And I will link this in the description below. It says here 2023 NFL free agency, 4 analytical fits and 3 head scratches. Now, as I was scrolling down through the article, it goes David Long's a good one, Jesse Bates, the Falcons, a good one, Cameron Sutton to the Lions was a good fit, right? And the very first head scratcher is ours truly, or our new black and gold cornerback, Patrick Peterson. She believes that Patrick Peterson is a head scratcher, right? And we're going to break this down a little bit. I want to get her comments, and I want to hear your guys' comments in the comments below. Put the views down there, right? Because I don't really believe that. I don't really believe how getting a future Hall of Fame, a veteran cornerback in this locker room, right, for a 2-year deal, $7 million a year, approximately, right, $14 million, $7 million a year on the cheap, right? How is that a head scratcher? That is one of the best moves I think the Steelers have made in a long time, to bring a vet in to the club and to provide some of that leadership. And depending who we go in the draft, it's going to be awesome. Now, I know we lost Sutton, but Cynthia, I don't trust your model here one bit. Now, she says Peterson is coming off what is undoubtedly his best season since 2018. According to PFF, he allowed 43 receptions for 534 yards, 3 touchdowns, while racking up over 5 interceptions and 9 pass breakups. So what I found interesting so far already from her comments, right? She says this move is a head scratcher, but it's his best season since 2018. How does that make sense? As a Steeler fan, and let me know below, guys, to me, it doesn't make sense, right? He did have a very good year last year. He had the 5 interceptions. He's talking with confidence. I love the way that he came out into the press conference. I love the way that he's had the interview with Missy Matthews. He's going to wear the black and gold, and he's going to wear it proud. And he's also wearing Brian McFadden, his old number, 20, Rocky Blyer. You have Cameron Sutton, who wore 20. He's going to come out all guns a blazing. But Cynthia doesn't believe so. She doesn't believe so. She thinks it's going to be a head scratcher. Now, here she says, my concern stems from how Peterson will mesh with the Steelers' approach. Right? And here's why, you know what? Stats are all great. Computer simulation, it's all fantastic. But at the end of the day, it's a heart, soul, and person who joins the team. It's a heart, soul, and person who wants to go out there and win and compete and play their best football to go and win a championship, right? These stats, they're all fantastic, but this is why I don't really follow Cynthia with her model, because I don't really trust it. I don't really trust an analyst who, predicts the score 31-30 or 29-28 every single game. If you go throughout the whole the week process in week 1, week 2, every single week, her scores are always so similar. You never see a score 34-10 or 35-7. You never see it. You always see scores the exact same. 24-21, 27-23. I just don't trust that. I don't trust that, right? She says here, my concern for how Peterson will mesh with the Steelers' approach. Computer vision shows the strongest production results occurred in zone defenses. That assessment is supported by how he fared with the Vikings use single high coverage. So basically, she's saying they played two different schemes, right? Peterson allowed 2.4 yards of separation as nearest defender in 2022, which ranked 40th among cornerbacks per NGS, whatever that is. The Steelers used single high coverage on 64% of dropbacks, right? So basically saying here, we use 64% of the dropbacks a lot of times, and Peterson was ranked 40. So therefore, the scheme doesn't fit. Now, I do kind of see her logic in that. If based on that stat, if we use it about 65% of the time, and Peterson ranked 40th in that, right? I get the correlation. But you know what? I don't care. I simply don't care. I think this is a really good move, Steeler Nation. Patrick Peterson is a cornerback. He will be number one in this defense unless we go and sign someone or unless someone steps up. You have Patrick Peterson, Levi Wallace. I still think they're going to get someone high at 17 or even 32 at cornerback who can mentor the young guys. He's 32 years old. He's not 50. He can still play football. Peterson will be a good addition to this team. But according to Cynthia's stats, it's not going to work because we played 64% single high coverage, and he was 40th among quarterbacks in that category, right? She's zoning in on one thing, just one thing. She's not zoning in on anything else that Peterson can work with. Another future Hall of Famer, probably in Minka, right? Future Hall of Famer, I'd probably say TJ Watt, and possibly future Hall of Famer Cameron Hayward, right? He's coming into this defense to go out there and knock some lights out. So I like the move, guys. I really do. I like the moves, but apparently Cynthia Freelund does not like the move. She thinks it's going to be a head scratcher. But like I said, guys, and to end the video, I really don't trust what she says, to be honest. A lot of talking heads and the media heads in the big media, NFL, ESPN, all those guys, Fox Sports, CBS, they don't really follow the Steelers like you and I do. They just don't do it. We know what this team needs. We understand how these players play. And we have, I guess, more of a Steeler scope on things than the NFL media. All the NFL media sees is that we went 9-8 and they just missed the playoffs. And Kenny Pickett's a young guy. And, you know, the defense is, they've got TJ Watt. They don't know anything else, right? But for me, Patrick Peterson is a very big move for the Steelers defense. And I think as a vet, he's going to turn some heads. I think he's going to get some picks as well. And you've got TJ Watt on the outside. You've got Highsmith on the other. They're going to create some production in sacks. You've got the two new middle linebackers, right, who want to go out there and bust heads. You've got Ogunjobi, who just re-signed. Kazi, who re-signed. If they go and sign Terrell Edmonds, this is going to be a scary defense. So I don't know why she's saying this one's a head scratcher, right? This to me is a good move. You lose Sutton. You go out and get a guy to replace Sutton, and he's a veteran guy, future Hall of Famer. Patrick Peterson, in the last 2 years, he said he wants to try and finish his time in the last 2 years with the Steelers and then hang up the bootlaces. What better way to go out than have a rookie quarterback, throwing the football on the field, working with TJ, working with all these guys on defense, and see what can happen in 2023. I don't know, man. Cynthia, you know what, Cynthia? Your model predicts that Patrick Peterson is a head scratcher. Well, my model, I just think you're wrong. I think straight up, I think you're wrong, and I think the Steelers are going to prove analysts like you wrong in 2023. All right, guys, I'll see you later.